Okay, hello guys. Happy Wednesday. Okay, good evening guys. Welcome back to our August week 3. Okay, sorry for starting the class a bit late. All right, so it's a revision week again. All right, I know some of you are having your exam really soon. All right, so we shall be doing some revision again for today. Okay, so if your exam is finished already, then just treat it as a normal revision. Oh, you just had your science exam. Okay. So what's Gabriel, what's your school? Where's your school? So how was it? Stella Maris. Okay. Oh, you're from Stella Maris. Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. Anyway, oh, that's easy, huh? Did it include chapter 6, by the way? Just curious. Did it include chapter 6? Because many schools they don't. Oh, very little. Okay. Right, that's cool. Right, guys. Yes, Jala, hello. We are going to revise on chapter 6 today. I know some of y'all, had your exam already, or chapter 6 is not coming out for an exam. But you know what? Since we have nothing much to do, let's revise on chapter 6. I know we just finished this chapter, but I'm not going to proceed with chapter 7 for now. Maybe next week, all right? Maybe next week. So anyway, just treat it as a normal revision. Anyway, so let's go to question page 27. Okay, let's go to question 20, page 27. We are still in the revision notes. We are still in the revision notes. Let's finish this today because somehow we still have to finish this revision notes. All right, I don't want you to leave this empty for any reason. All right, so yes, hello, good evening. All right, let's go to page 27. Okay, maybe we can finish this early by today. So number 1, diagram below shows experiments to compare animal support system. All right, as you can see, this is an experiment question. If it comes out, this is going to be in section A. All right, maybe not this time, maybe next time. All right, your final year exam, maybe this thing will come out. All right, so 100-gram weight will be added to the wooden stick until it breaks. All right, as you can see, one side I'm using a compact wooden stick. What does it mean by compact? That means the whole thing is full. On the other hand, we are using something called hollow wooden stick. A hollow means inside is empty lah. Okay, inside is empty lah. So which is tougher? Okay, which is tougher? All right, many of you think compact is harder. Actually, it's not. Hollow stuff is usually much harder than compact stuff. Okay, you might say, why, sir? Because you see, hollow stuff, yes, they are not as full as compact because many of us will associate full with strength. All right, when something is fully filled, let's say you have a pillar. Now let's say you're constructing a house, you're making a pillar. Many of us will associate that, oh, full means strong. Hollow or empty means weak. No. Okay, this is you'll be gravely mistaken. Okay. If something is fully filled, it is not as strong as something that is partially hollow. I'm not saying that it is so hollow that it's very weak, but if it is partially hollow, the structure would actually be a little bit stronger. All right, case in point, our bones the bones in your body, our bone is actually partially hollow. All right. I don't know whether you have seen this before. Your human bones are okay. Human bones. See if I can find any human skeleton lah. Okay, if you go inside the skeleton and see, if I can see if I can find any. Okay, let's look at the cross section. Okay, human bones cross section. There. You see? All right, I mean, I'm not talking about osteoporosis. Like, yes, osteoporosis is too hollow, that is too weak. But if you look at normal bones, our bone is actually hollow. All right, because when something is hollow, it is actually stronger compared to when you fill the whole thing. All right, this is why when you build a house, next time if you have the chance, you look at most of the pillars that supports any structure. If you have the chance to see inside, most columns or most pillars, they are actually a little bit empty on the inside. Okay, they are partially hollow, not too hollow, but they are partially hollow. All right, this actually makes the thing stronger. So what I'm trying to say here is this compact will actually break before the hollow breaks. All right, so this is why if you take a piece of pipe, okay, a piece of PVC pipe, if you try to break it with your bare hands, it will be harder than if you fill the thing with cement. All right, if you take a piece of pipe, PVC pipe, you fill it with cement. If you crack it, if you try to bend it, the thing will snap in half. Yes, it is full, but it makes it brittle. If something is compact, it actually makes something more brittle. Okay, I know it sounds counterintuitive. I know it sounds, contradicting, but actually that's the truth. All right. So anyway, what I'm trying to say here is hollow is stronger. Okay, partially hollow, not to be too hollow. So as you can see, when I put 100 grams, nothing breaks. But when I put 200 grams, thick is when they are broken. 200 is when the compact starts to break already. But you see, hollow can support up to 400. So what does this tell us? This tells us that if something is properly hollow, okay, properly hollow, not to say too hollow, they actually make the structure stronger. All right. I mean, if you ever study engineering, you get what I mean, because when I was studying engineering, this is what we learned too. Okay, you don't fill up a structure fully, you leave some hollows in it so that it's actually stronger. Okay, you give it some flexibility. When something is flexible, they are actually stronger. All right, you look at a tree, you understand. Okay, you look at a tree, a tree will sway left to right, but do they break when wind blows? No, because you give them some flexibility, they are actually stronger. Okay, do not associate strength with rigidity. Just because something is very rigid, doesn't mean they're very strong. Okay, I know I'm blabbing at this point, but I'm just trying to make a point. All right, so state one observation in this experiment. So what do you see? So you can see compact wooden sticks support less weight. Okay, yes, you can say hollow is stronger. Okay, you can say hollow is stronger than compact. Okay, I'm just gonna write it short here lah. Okay, Jella, have you had your exam? Just asking. Okay, any one of you haven't had your exam? I'm just curious. Is this chapter coming out? I hope they do, because this chapter is more like a free marks for you to get here. Especially on your next Tuesdays was like, right, cool. Right, this may be on essay. Oh, okay. I see. All right, so that's a good news, I guess, because essay is where you score, and if they come out with chapter 6, that will be a little bit more easy. Okay, so you can say either you can say hollow is stronger than compact, or you can say compact can support less weight than hollow. Okay, you want to write both ways also can. Okay, so state one, inference. Like I said, what is inference? Inference means you explain your observation. Usually after your observation, they will ask you inference, means why. Why do you see what you see? Okay, so I mean, Jella, if you write stronger here, I think you kind of trap yourself already. So what I'm trying to say is you can say hollow can support more weight than compact, because at this place is where you say hollow is stronger than compact. So try to put your stronger in B here, because you can say A here is hollow supports more weight than compact. You write the weight in A and you write the strength in B. So you can get 2 points here. All right, so C, state one factor that needs to be fixed during conducting this experiment. What are you trying to fix here? Of course, the wooden stick needs to be the same measurement. You don't use one thick wood here and one thin wood here. That wouldn't be fair comparison. So we would say the length or the radius, okay, or the circumference, whatever, of the wooden sticks Oh, right, I forgot to write the BM. Okay, so panjang kayu. Okay, panjang kayu. Okay, for hollow is berongga lah. If any one of you need BM here, compact is padat. Is it? Oh, right. It's here already. Okay, so D1 state one example of animal with hollow bones are actually birds have hollow bones. Okay, birds, burung. Then you might say, sir, then is birds' bones stronger than us? Actually, no. Okay, I know it sounds stupid. You might say, then sir, birds have hollow bones, right? That means they're stronger than us, right? No, our hollow is just nice. Okay, we are not as hollow. Wait, you see, when it's too hollow, that is too weak. But when it's too compact, it's too weak also. So you need to be at the sweet spot there. I know it sounds stupid, okay, but that's the way it is. All right, so birds are the advantages. Why do I say bird? Because they are lightweight. Okay, lightweight, ringan, and they are strong. Okay, what? This is why your car is actually hollow. Do you know the steel structure, the steel beam in your car is actually hollow? Right? It's purposefully done this way. Okay, one thing is to save weight and to save money. Another is actually to save you. All right, because if they make the structure hollow, it's actually a little bit better for the passenger. All right. So anyway, so this is a very typical section A question lah. All right. For those who are still not familiar with your science format, you have section A, B, C in paper 2. Section A, you don't need to study, also can do one. Okay, because they'll ask you observation, all the experiment stuff, observation, hypothesis, MV, and CV, inference, things like that. Okay, even you don't study, you just look at it, you're using common sense, you can answer. But section B is different. Section B is you require some kind of studying. All right, they will ask you factual stuff. Okay, benda-benda yang berfakta, that means you need to study. Whereas section C, that is where you need to do experiment, you need to write experiment report, and you need to do essay, which that part also need to study. All right, so section A is where you usually score. You see, even if you don't study, you don't know about this chapter, you can still answer these questions, right? Because from this, you know, okay, hollow is stronger, compact is weaker. See, just by looking at it, you know. This is more like a common sense question. All right, so this is your section A. All right, so let's look at question 2. Wow, I think we've seen this before. I think we have seen this question before. Okay, anyhow, this is your exoskeleton lah, your ranka luar. This is your grasshopper. I don't know about you. This is a bit disgusting. I hate insects. Okay. Anyway, so please measure this yourself. Okay, please measure this yourself. They want you to use ruler and measure yourself here. I can't do that because I don't have a ruler here, and the scale on your paper is different from the scale on my iPad here. So please measure yourself. Right? What you can see here is they, increase in size, they grow. Okay, so please plot this graph yourself. I'm not going to draw a graph for you. Why does the growth curve of grasshopper have such a pattern? Okay, so you should see a graph like this. Oops. You should see a graph like this. Okay, in a series of steps. Why? Because they have a hard shell, hard exoskeleton where they need to crack before they grow. Okay, so why is the growth pattern like this? Okay, because grasshopper has a hard exoskeleton. Okay, belalang mempunyai rangka luar yang keras. Okay, it has a hard outer layer. That's why they need to crack it first before they grow. All right, so if you still remember, the part of them not growing, it's called instar. The part of them growing is called ecdysis. Okay, just a quick reminder. All right, ecdysis is when they crack the shell and they grow. Insta is when they are not doing anything. Okay, very easy to remember. Just remember when you are bored, when you do nothing, you play Instagram. That's what insects do. That's how I remember. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Please learn how to draw. Don't tell me you don't know how to draw graph. This is your mathematics knowledge. I'm not going to go into that. So number 3, let's look at number 3. So an experiment was conducted to study the growth curve of school students at different ages. The result was shown in the graph below. As you can see, they don't start at 0, they start at 10. Okay, 10 is when girls, they are almost at puberty already. So you see, girls, they hit puberty earlier. That's why girls, they kind of grow taller than boys during the first few years of your primary school. The last few years of your primary school or the first few years of a secondary school. Like standard 5, standard 6, form 1, form 2-ish, girls are taller. And then when boys hit their puberty, around 14, 15-ish, boys will overtake. This is when boys starts to mature. So girls will mature, before boys, like I said. Okay, that's why I say the girls, you will find boys, when you were in standard 5 or 6, you find boys very childish. Okay, because you had your puberty, but boys, theirs is on the way. So you reach that mental maturity first. That's why you find them childish. Okay, I don't blame you because I had my childish period too. Okay, so A, state the relationship between the age and the body height. So the higher the age, the higher the body height. Okay, as you see, this is from your earlier teenage years to the end of your teenage years. So you just grow upwards. Okay, it's a major uptrend. You just grow up. I hope. All right. For some people, puberty just never comes. Okay, so I have students telling me, sir, I started growing at standard 5, and then I just stopped during form 1. What gives? Why is it like that? So I'm saying, I don't know. That's how your gene works. Maybe your gene is not very good in growing taller. Okay, it's you see, puberty is very unfair for everyone. Some people, theirs will hit like a freaking train, while yours, the train never arrived. Right? You can't do anything. Okay. Anyway, so B, what's the MV? MV is, like I said, the age lah. Okay, the age. Or you can say gender. In this case, it's gender. There are 2 variables here. It's either the gender or you can say the age, because the age is changing, the gender is changing too. Which is very unusual because usually in an experiment, you only have 1 MV. You're only changing one thing, but there's 2 variables here. Okay, so what's the RV? RV is the height. Okay, ketinggian. Okay, very easy to see lah. You just look at the graph, you'll know. This is usually the MV. The x-axis is usually the MV, and the y-axis is usually the RV. Usually, okay, usually. Not for every question, but most likely is that case. Okay, so C, based on the result above, compare the average body height of boys and girls at the age of 13. Okay, so let's look at 13. Okay, 13 is here. So as you can see, girls are taller than boys. Okay, not necessarily taller lah, but you just grow faster. Okay, so you can say for girls, they are taller than boys. Okay, I'm just writing shortcut here lah. I don't want to waste time writing pointless stuff. So give an explanation because girls reach puberty earlier than boys. Okay, in BM is mencapai balik. Okay, balik is puberty. Okay, lebih awal daripada lelaki. Alright, so like I said lah, puberty is not just about physical growth, it's also mental growth. Alright, so I'm sure you had your fair share of experience during puberty, isn't it? That first few years of puberty, when that hormone hits you hard, it's when you try to, I don't know about you lah, the first few years of your puberty, you were that impressionable young kid, right? You're still trying to find your identity, okay? maybe you try to act cool, you try to dress a certain way to be accepted. Okay, that's a phase. Okay, we all go through it. We all go through it. Okay, it's when you had that identity crisis. You don't know who you want to become. Do you want to be that cool kid who doesn't talk much, or you want to be that outgoing kid which is very outgoing and you talk a lot? So you find both cool, but you don't know which one you want to be. So that's the identity crisis. Okay, I've been through it. Okay, I'm sure you have been through it too. Okay, so at Form 4 right now, you should know who you are already, because at Form 4 is when things starts to settle down, you reach that late stage of maturity. Okay, you know who you are already. You're not that impressionable anymore. Okay, I hope. All right, anyway, so this is your section A. As you can see, section A, even if you don't study, you still can answer these questions, because most of the answer, you can find it in the questions. Because it's mostly, you know, experiment stuff. But when you go to section B, guys, when you go to section B, this is the part where you don't study, you don't know how to do, because this one requires factual stuff. All right, so number 4. So as you can see here, you have endo, exo, and hydro. Endo is inside, exo is outside, hydro is water. So what is endo? Endo is a rigid framework. Okay, it's a frame made of skeleton. Okay, diperbuat oleh tulang. You have the hard bone and you have the soft bone. The soft bone is called cartilage, rawan. Okay, your ear, your nose, your disc between your vertebral column. Okay, your backbone has that disc in between. That thing is your soft bone. Okay, your cartilage, to which muscles are attached. Example of animals. Okay, the dogs, cats, any vertebrates lah. You have 5 types of vertebrates here. You have fish, reptiles, amphibian, birds, and mammals. Any one of it. All right, so exo. All right, exo is a hard outer layer of shell. All right, cangkerang. An example of animals, like I said just now, okay, grasshopper. Okay, belalang. You know, I say prawn also can. Crab. Any invertebrates lah. All right, so hydro is a balloon filled with water. So a support consists of muscular wall that encloses the body cavity that is filled with fluid. All right, bendale, for example, your caterpillar, balloon jars. Any soft body animal, earthworm, leech, jellyfish, things like that, starfish, things like that. All right, this should be very simple, huh? All right, if your exam ever comes out with this kind of question, then busyukur, your teacher is trying to help you, because it's really easy. So number 5, so this is a crocodile and a scorpion. So this is obviously an endo. Scorpion is an exo. Oh, the type of skeleton. Okay, we mentioned this already. So this is your endo, rangka dalam. This is exo, rangka luar. And then B, name the substance that makes up the skeleton of the animal you have stated. So what makes up crocodile? Crocodile is endo. What do they consist of? They consist of, they want substance. Okay, do not write bones here. Okay, do not write bones here, I think, because substance. Do they want calcium or do they want bones? Okay, by the way, bones are made from calcium. All right, I'm not sure because this question is a bit vague. Okay, very open. Whereas scorpion, they are made from shell. The shell is made from chitin. Okay, chitin is that prawn, right? When you peel the shell of a prawn, that soft shell, that thing is called chitin. Okay, because this is substance. Do they want bones or do they want calcium? I'm not too sure. All right, but usually your exam question is not this vague. This is a very vague question because very misleading. I don't know what they want. Okay, so as long as you understand, as long as you understand. So moving on, let's go to C. These both, obviously, they are your hydrostatic. So identify two similar characteristics for support and movement of animal M and N. So then give another example that has the same characteristics. So two similar characteristics, they don't want you to say they are hydro. Okay, they just want their characteristics. So first of all, they have a muscular wall. Okay, dinding berotot. And then inside is filled with fluid. Dipenuhi bendale. Inside is filled with fluid. Another example. So like I said just now, you have your leech. Okay, linta, the thing that sucks your blood. You know, the thing that sucks your blood. If you go to forest, if this thing is on your skin, you know that black color stuff on the skin. That's the leech. Okay, so really simple here. Moving on. Question 6. We have done this before. This is the exact question that we did few weeks ago. All right, so process Y is your ecdysis. Oh, they're asking for it already. Ecdysis. And stage X is your instar, where they are not doing anything. So what type of organism is like this? That would be your invertebrates. Okay, invertebrata. Do not say insects. Do not say insects. Many people, they like to write insects for this. Scorpion is not an insect. Spider is not an insect. Okay, prawns and crabs, they are not insect. All these, they are invertebrates. So don't write insect here. All right. So anyway, C, state the characteristic of the external skeleton. They are made from chitin. Keras diperbuat oleh chitin. I think chitin is spelled this way. Is it this way? I'm not sure how to spell it in BM, but you get the point. All right. So they have the hard shell. That's why they grow in steps. Okay, they grow in steps because they need to break the hard shell first. Okay, so anyway, so let us move on. I will try to finish this by today. So two function of the external skeleton. All right, all skeleton has the same function. Number one is to protect organs, protect your internal organs. I'm just gonna write organs here lah. To protect organs, untuk melindungi organ, or to support body weight. Alright, untuk menyokong berat badan. Why can you stand straight? Why can you move? Because you have a skeleton. Alright, you're not just a blob of what do you call it again? Slime. Right? You're not just a blob of slime. You're just like a bunch of like plasticine. No, because you have skeleton. Okay, so that's why that's the function of skeleton. They are to support you or to enable movement, membolehkan pergerakan. I would accept that as well. All right, so anyway, number 7. Wow, this is a really ugly looking skeleton. Why does this look like a monkey? Right, sorry. My OCD cannot take it. Why is this skeleton so ugly? Okay, anyway, guys, please do not remember the bones they are not coming out. You're not in biology. Okay, first of all, if you want to know, this is the skull. Okay, the head is the skull. All right, what is axial and appendicular? This is from biology. I want you to only know two things, which is the chest frame. Okay, the chest frame, we call it pectoral girdle, lengkungan pectoral, which is here. Okay, pectoral means chest. I think I told this before. This is the pectoral muscle. Okay, the second or the third most sexy muscle voted by women. Okay, so girls, I think I told you this before. Okay, do you agree? Because the first voted most sexy is abs. Okay, I know I'm not being shallow. Okay, I mean, girls, all girls love muscles. All right. So number 1 voted most sexy is abs. I think second is shoulder. Second is shoulder. I think third is chest. Okay, so that means girls would love all these muscle on a guy. Okay, and fun fact, the The last place, it's leg muscle. Most girls don't find leg sexy. I don't know why. Okay, anyway, so this is your chest bone. Okay, your pectoral girdle. All right. If you're a guy, you are born with very long chest bone, which is this collarbone and the shoulder blade. If you're a guy, you're born with very long of these two bones, you will naturally have a very broad shoulder, which makes you have that superhero look. Okay, even you don't really train, you don't really lift weight, you just have that broad look, and you just look more manly. All right, some people, they're born with very broad shoulder. Okay, this is just genetics. All right, so whereas your pelvic girdle, this is your hip support. Okay, to put it simply, this is your chest, this is your hip. All right, this is the upper body, this is the lower body. So guys have really small hip. Okay, so guys have this V shape, broad shoulder and small hip. You look at a superhero, you will see. All right, you look at Captain America, look at Thor, they have very broad shoulders and they have very small butt, small hip, a small waist, which gives them that manly look. Whereas girls is different. Girls have very small chest bone. That's why girls' shoulder will look very narrow, and then girls have big hips. That's why girls have big butts. All right. So if you're a girl, you're born with a very big hip bone. Your hip bone is born very big. You will have that big, big ass, which guys will check you out. All right. So as girls check out guys, girls will check out their chest, which is that frame. And when guys check out girls, guys will check out the hip, which is the butt. All right, guys, this is biology. Okay, there's nothing shallow about this. Okay, I mean, we all don't want to be that shallow person, but hey, we are all shallow. Okay. Anyway, so I don't want to write any bones here because you don't learn this. Like E, this is your clavicle. Okay, we call it collarbone, but in scientific term, we call it clavicle. Okay, this is the clavicle bone, not important. Okay, this is your shoulder blade, which we call it scapula. This is the humerus, the radius and ulna. Anyway, we skip. Okay, you're not in biology. You don't learn all these bones. Okay, so number 9. So we have two endoskeleton here, where this is for your whale, which is aquatic. Okay, whale is aquatic and bird is airborne. All right, so if you still remember my endoskeleton lesson, I have said that for aquatic animals like whales, they have very small bones. Like you see, their chest bone, their pelvic girdle is very small. Whereas land animal, we have very big pelvic girdle. Why? Because they have buoyancy. Right? They have buoyancy. They have that daya apungan. They have that floating force that helps them float, so they don't need a strong bone. Do they even have hip bones? No. Do you see an ass on whales? Okay, do whales have big butts? No, because they don't need to. They can just float in water. Whereas for airborne vertebrates, like birds, they have hollow bones. Okay, hollow bones. All right. So land animals, on the other hand, it's not mentioned here, but land animals, we have very strong bones, strong and heavy. Our pelvic girdle is very big. Our pectoral girdle is very big because we need strong bones. All right. The easiest way to remember this, think of curry. Think of curry. When you eat curry, right? When you eat fish curry, the fish bone is very small because they don't need strong bones. When you eat chicken curry, chicken bone is slightly bigger and they are slightly stronger. Whereas if you eat mutton curry, mutton is very strong. Okay, mutton is very compact and strong. You cannot break the bone. So land animal has the strongest bone. Okay, so number 1, give one difference between the endoskeleton of 7.1 and 7.2. So 7.1. Okay, so 7.1, you can say they have small pectoral girdle. All right, and 7.2 has big pectoral girdle. All right, birds have really big chest bone. Why? Because they need the chest muscle to fly. Okay, That's why if you look at a chicken, the biggest muscle they have, it's the chicken breast. Right? If you really love eating meat and you don't like bones, you will go for the chicken breast because breast has the most muscle because they need the breast to fly. All right. So whereas fish, they don't need such a big bone because they just need to float. So you have small pectoral girdle. Lengkungan pectoral yang kecil, lengkungan pectoral yang besar. So that's the one difference. All right. So number 2, state the function of wide sternum. Sternum is this middle bone here. Birds have a very big bone here. So what's the function of the wide sternum? For the attachment of muscle. Right? Untuk is it called pelekatan? Pelekatan otot, for the muscle to stick to that bone so that they can fly. Right? So that they can fly. So birds, they need that strong muscle to fly. So all birds, they have very strong chest muscle. I don't care whether it's turkey or chicken or pigeon, whatever birds you name it, they have very strong chest. Okay, so number 3, what are the special characteristics of bone that enables it to function? Like I said, they are hollow. Okay, since 2 months, right? So let us explain. So why is hollow important? Because it's lightweight, easier for flight, you can say. Okay, berongga supaya ringan. They are lightweight so that they can fly. Anyway, let's look at B. So this is stability. So I think we did this before also. So this is a kangaroo and a giraffe. So 2 factors that affect stability. Oh my God, this is so easy. Okay, what affects stability? That would be your base area, not surface area, base area, luas tapak, and your center of gravity. Center of gravity, pusat gravity. Okay, so just think of a sports car. Just think of a sports car. If you look at a Ferrari or a Lamborghini, why are they stable? Because they have very broad base area. Their wheels are very far apart and they have that very low center of gravity. Okay, most sports cars, they are very low. This is to make the car stable. So number 2, what is the relationship between height and stability? So the lower the height, the higher the stability. Semakin rendah ketinggian, semakin tinggi kestabilan. Like your sports car. All right, so C, why do sea animals have larger bodies compared to, why did he jump back again? So why? Because this is to have larger buoyancy. Okay, daya apungan yang lebih tinggi. So when they have higher buoyancy, they can support body weight. Okay, boleh menyokong berat badan. Pardon my handwriting. I'm just trying to go fast here. Okay, so I don't really care about the handwriting. As long as you understand. Okay, my point is to make everything short and precise and concise, sorry. Concise. Okay, anyway, number 10. Let's look at question 10. So we have this thing again. So what is your X and Y? Oh my God, we just did this like what, 3 weeks ago. So X is your bicep, right? Y is your tricep. Okay, so guys, I mean, if you want to train your arms bigger, I don't know, it's every guy's dream is to get their arms bigger. All right, don't just train your bicep, train your tricep too. Okay, don't just keep doing this. I don't know why guys they like to increase their bicep size by doing curls. I mean, tricep is half of your arm too. You need to train your tricep too. So name the muscle lever X and Y. Okay, we just did that. And then explain the action of muscle XY in establishing the movement of human arm. So how are they like? Right? So they are antagonistic. like I said before, antagonistic, tindakan antagonis. That means they fight each other. All right, so they have opposing action. Opposing action, tindakan bertentangan. I mean, if you cannot write this, then you say when one contracts, one relax, and vice versa. That would be a very long answer, but you just say opposing action, that would be much shorter. Okay, so that means they fight each other. So C1, name the tissue that connects bone to muscle. Oh my God, we just did this, all right? Bone to muscle, it's your tendon. All right. Don't be confused. To connect bone to bone, that's your ligament. Right? That's your ligament. So the characteristic of your tendon, they must be inelastic. All right, tidak kenyal. So why? Because you see, I'm trying to pull on the bone. Like I said before, tendon cannot be flexible, cannot be elastic, because that would defeat the purpose. Like I told you, if you're trying to pull a car or you're trying to pull a weight, let's say you're using a rope, a tali to pull a weight, you do not want the tali to be flexible, to be elastic, because if you use a rubber band to pull something, when you pull, the object doesn't move, but your rubber band just lengthens. Can you see how stupid it is? Imagine I'm a car, I'm trying to tow your car. Okay, let's say I drive a tow truck, I want to tow your car. If my truck is attached to your car using a rubber band, then your car wouldn't move. The rubber band just goes bouncing like that. So that's a stupid way to do it. So tendon, they cannot be elastic, because when the muscle pulls, when the muscle pull on the bones, they need to transmit the force immediately to the bones. All right, so they cannot be elastic. But ligament, on the other hand, they must be elastic. Why? Because bones move. Right? Between two bones bones, they will move. So if they are not elastic, they will just break. So they need to, they're like rubber bands. Ligaments, they're like rubber bands. Whereas tendons, they are not rubber bands. Okay, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. This is very important. So D, what is the name given to the joint that allows limb? What is this here? This is not really your syllabus. You know what? We skip this. We skip this. Not really your syllabus. Okay, anyway, let's go to 11. Oh, yay, we come back to our human growth curve again. So A, based on the diagram above, state 2 stages that have rapid growth. Like I told you, that would be your A and C. A is infancy, where you grow very quickly. B is childhood, where you slow down. C is adolescence, where you speed up again. So these two, they grow the fastest. D is adulthood, which is me. And then E is old age, which you will experience what we call negative growth. When you're old, you just kind of shorten a little bit. So B, name 2 parameters to measure human growth. So how do I measure whether you are growing? Every year when you do that ujian kesehatan, what do they measure? They measure your body weight and they measure your body height. Right? Berat dan ketinggian. Right? So this is why every year your school will measure your weight and height, see whether you are growing nicely, whether you are growing healthily. So if your weight stays the same from standard 4 to standard 6, then maybe something is wrong. All right, that means you're not eating enough, maybe. So C, give one factor that affects human growth rate. So what affects your human growth? So you have there's 2 factors actually. You have genetic and environment. All right, genetic means what your parents give you. Environment means how do you live? Do you eat enough? Do you sleep enough? Do you exercise enough? Right? These are the 3 major environmental factors that makes you grow. All right, I think I mentioned this before. How do you grow taller? You need to sleep enough, you need to exercise enough, and you need to eat enough. Right? Believe it or not, exercise is very important to make you grow taller. For example, lifting weights. All right, so D, the growth pattern of males and female is different. The graph below shows the male growth curve. So draw the one for female. Okay, for females, from 0 to 4 is the same. Okay, because childhood ma. And then infancy ma. And then childhood is when guys will grow a bit taller. So girls will be shorter than boys from 4 to 10. And then at 10 is when you catch up, you grow faster than a boy. And then at around 14, 15 is when boys, they catch up. So you look like this. Your graph will look like this. Okay, childhood, boys taller. Beginning of puberty, girls taller. Late puberty, guys taller again. Your graph should look like this. Okay, so take note of the age. Okay, take note of the age. Okay, your answer should be roughly like me. Okay, if it runs like 1 or 2 years, doesn't matter lah. Okay, so next. Oh yay, plants. Damn it. All right, guys, if you don't want to revise for plants, I'm okay. If you say, sir, this exam I don't care about plants, can I just give it? Sure, no problem. Okay, because plants I don't advise you to study too. They're just not worth your time. All right, so P is actually your woody stem, right? Batang berkayu. Q is non-woody. All right, in fact, this is tendril, sulu paut, and then R is your aquatic plants. So name the type of plants of P and Q. Okay, P is a woody plant. Tumbuhan berkayu. And then your Q is a non-woody plant. Tak berkayu. Or herbaceous plant, I will accept too. Tumbuhan herba. And then for B, based on the diagram above, state the special feature for the additional support of Q. So like I said just now, this is called tendril, right? Tendril, sulu paut. This is also for morning glory, for watermelon, for cucumber. That's a sulu paut. And then C, main support system for R. Right, so this is an aquatic plant, right? So how do aquatic plant float? They have something called parenchyma. Right, parenchyma. But if you don't want to write parenchyma, you can write air sacs. Okay, pundi udara, I would accept too. That means aquatic plants they are like a balloon. They are filled with air so they can float in water. Easy. You don't want to study this, is fine by me. Doesn't matter. So D, diagram below shows the cross section of woody plant. These are the rings So what is the function of ring? This is to determine the age untuk menentukan usia pokok. Give an estimation of the age. Please count this yourself. I'm not going to. I'm just lazy. Okay, whatever. Count this yourself. How many rings means how many years old Anyway, section C. Okay, so like Jella, you say your section C is going to come out with essay, right? In this chapter. So let's see if we can do a little bit here. Hopefully your teacher doesn't ask plants if she want to kill you, then she will come up with plants. Let's hope not. Right, so let's look at our question 13 first. This is green bean also. Yo, can it not be plants? Okay, anyway, so question 13, this is what we call an experiment question. All right, guys, I don't know whether your exam this time they include section C, the experiment part or not. If they do, this should be a very easy question to answer. All right, so what do they do here? They would give you an information like this. So they say Ira cut a chicken thigh bone. She discovered that although the chicken bone was small and hollow, it was difficult to cut. This situation shows that hollow bone is strong. Okay, like I said, so state one problem statement from this above information. So problem statement means you ask yourself a question. So you can say, you just change this sentence to a question form lah. So is hollow bone stronger than compact bone? Okay, adakah tulang berongga lebih kuat daripada tulang padat? So you ask yourself this question. So one hypothesis, so you can say hollow bone is stronger than compact bone. Tulang berongga lebih kuat daripada tulang lubang, what am I saying? Tulang padat. Okay, sorry, brain fart. All right, C. Based on a given statement, design a lab experiment to test your hypothesis. Okay, so they will give you a few things here. But by looking at the materials and apparatus, you know how this experiment goes. So what do they give? They give you A4 paper, cellophane tape, textbook, box cover, and a scissor. What the hell is a box cover? Okay, I think what they are trying to say here is, what is this experiment like? They want you to use A4 paper. Okay, they want you to use A4 paper. Shouldn't they give sand? Okay, this is a this question has a bug lah. Okay, to carry textbook. Okay, I don't think the question looks like this. There's a bug in this question. All right, the A4 paper should not be an A4 paper. It should be your, you know, that cardboard in between your toilet roll. You know, toilet paper. After you finish the toilet paper, there's a cardboard roll there. That's what they want. All right, so what A4 put inside A4? Huh? What do you mean A4 put inside A4? Okay, so they should give you that cover lah, that cardboard thing. All right. So how does this experiment look like? You will use 4 of that toilet roll thing. Okay, you make 4 tiangs here, and then you put a box cover here. Then you put textbook on top. So see how many textbook they can support. All right. So on one set, you do this thing with hollow. Second set, you fill this with maybe, I don't know, sand. Okay, I guess. So they are trying to ask you to test hollow or non-hollow. Things like that. Okay, so it's a very lame experiment. How do you want? Okay, so what's the aim of experiment? Like I said, before you do your experiment, you should do your variables first, because if your variable is strong, then everything is wrong. All right, so what's your variable? So your MV should be your hollow or compact. What do you call this? The cardboard thing. I don't know what is it called. So that's why I say this question has a bit of bug here. Okay, there's a bit of error here. So RV is the number of textbooks supported. All right, so if it is stronger, then you can support more textbooks on it before they collapse. So things like that. So what is the aim of our experiment? The aim of our experiment is to study the relationship between hollow or compact cardboard on the number of textbooks supported. All right, so there's a format in writing this. So how do you write aim? This is to study. Okay, if you want, you can write down to study the effect. To study the effect of MV on RV. This is a format that you write. Okay, I mean, you are still in Form 4 but this thing I will repeat until you puke because by Form 5 you should be able to remember this by heart, because every time exam you are going to write back the same thing. You just follow the format, you just fill in the MV and the RV. Okay, so your variables will be here, MV and RV. So procedure, how do you write your procedure? I think you know how to write your procedure. I'm not going to mention it here. Okay, if I have the time next time, I will give you the way of writing procedure. But this exam, I'm not going to focus too much on this just yet, because some schools, you guys don't have experiment coming out. All right, so let's quickly discuss 14. What is a hydrostatic skeleton? See, this one you need to study already. Guys, essay question is 2, you choose 1. They will come up with 2 essay questions, you choose 1. This experiment question is a must do. This is wajib jawab one. You cannot choose. So 14, what is a hydrostatic skeleton? Okay, a muscular wall enclosing body fluid. Example of land animal, okay, your caterpillar. Aquatic animal, your jellyfish. three difference between hydrostatic and exo. Hydrostatic is soft, exo is hard. Hydro has muscular wall, no muscular wall. Hydrostatic, they grow in a smooth curve, whereas exoskeleton, they grow in a series of steps. You see, it's the same question. So your grandma has been complaining of pain in her knees when she's walking down the stairs. Explain the possible cause of her grandma's health problem. Okay, so she has arthritis. Okay, why she has arthritis? Due to the wear and tear of cartilage and synovial fluid. Okay, or you can say cartilage worn out, synovial fluid decreased. So two causes there. All right, so what can she do? What can she do? She can reduce movement, don't move so much. Second, she can use medicine to reduce the pain, painkiller to reduce the pain. See, so as long as you study, you can do your essay question one. Okay, I cannot fit so many things in 1 hour. So I hope this thing helps. Okay, so if you cannot do essay this time, it's okay. If you cannot do this experiment question this time, it's okay. By year end, before your year end exam, I will repeat this thing again. Okay, so don't you worry. All right, so anyway, guys, I think I will stop here today. All right, I hope this thing is helpful. Next week, we shall continue with our normal lesson. Okay, so I will see you again the same time next week. All right, so good luck for your exam. I will see you again next week. Happy Wednesday and see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.